When it comes to intimacy, many people focus solely on physical techniques, believing that the body is the ultimate guide to pleasure. But the truth is, for women, foreplay is a holistic experience that begins in the mind and heart before the body even reacts. The most effective foreplay isn't a checklist of actions. It's a thoughtful, intentional connection that blends emotional, mental, and physical stimulation. First, let's discuss emotional connection. Women are deeply attuned to feeling valued, understood, and emotionally safe. If she senses attention, care, and genuine presence, her mind relaxes, creating the perfect environment for arousal. This doesn't mean grand gestures or constant talking. It can be subtle. Eye contact while holding her hand, a gentle compliment about her personality, or a moment of shared laughter can build the intimacy that acts as the foundation for all physical touch. Foreplay is about making her feel desired not just for her body, but for who she is. Next is reading and responding to body language. Every woman communicates differently through small gestures, the tilt of her head, a sigh, the way her hands move, or the way her body leans toward you. By paying close attention to these cues, you can understand what excites her or makes her comfortable. If she leans in closer when you whisper softly, or relaxes when your touch lingers, these are signals to continue what is working. Conversely, hesitation or withdrawal is a sign to slow down, ask, or change your approach. Learning to interpret these signs ensures foreplay is never uncomfortable or forced. Sensory engagement beyond touch plays a crucial role. Foreplay is about heightening anticipation through multiple senses. Soft whispers, a lingering gaze, playful kisses along her neck or shoulders, the warmth of your hands brushing against her skin, or even the subtle use of fragrance can make a profound difference. Women often respond strongly to these multisensory cues, and when combined thoughtfully, they can intensify both mental and physical pleasure. Another critical factor is timing and patience. Rushing foreplay can break the connection and diminish desire. Women's arousal often develops gradually, requiring attention and respect for the process. Mindful foreplay, taking moments to explore, adjust, and enjoy, enhances the experience significantly. It signals that her pleasure is a priority, which naturally amplifies desire and trust. When it comes to understanding female psychology and intimacy, one of the most overlooked aspects of foreplay is the emotional connection. While society often emphasizes physical touch and sexual techniques, the truth is that for most women, the mind is the gateway to desire. Emotional connection is not just a soft skill. It is the foundation upon which physical pleasure is built. Without it, even the most advanced physical gestures can feel hollow or fail to create true intimacy. Emotional connection begins with making a woman feel seen and understood, validating her emotions, and showing that you genuinely care about her as a person beyond the physical realm. This means being attentive to her words, her moods, her body language, and even the silences that speak volumes. A woman's response to foreplay is heavily influenced by how secure, appreciated, and valued she feels in that moment. If she senses detachment, indifference, or disinterest, her body may physically respond, but her mind will remain distant, limiting the depth of her pleasure. On the other hand, when she feels emotionally connected, her body and mind align in a harmonious experience, allowing her to fully immerse in the moment. Creating this connection requires awareness and intentionality. It starts with listening, truly listening, without judgment or interruption. Many men underestimate the power of listening, assuming that foreplay is about action rather than attention. But when a woman talks about her day, her challenges, or even trivial details, she is offering a window into her inner world. Responding with empathy, understanding, and genuine interest shows her that her experiences matter to you. Small gestures, like remembering what she said in previous conversations or referencing something meaningful she mentioned, can reinforce this connection. It demonstrates that you are not merely physically present, but emotionally invested. Emotional connection also thrives on shared vulnerability. Allowing yourself to be open about your thoughts, feelings, or insecurities invites her to reciprocate. When both partners feel safe to be authentic, the intensity of foreplay naturally increases because the interaction transcends the purely physical and becomes a deeply intimate exchange. Nonverbal communication is equally important in establishing this emotional connection. A soft gaze, gentle touch, or lingering hug can convey affection, interest, and attentiveness more effectively than words alone. Women are highly sensitive to non-verbal cues, and these small signals often carry more weight than physical techniques or verbal persuasion. For example, Maintaining eye contact while holding her hand or brushing a strand of hair away from her face communicates a sense of care and attentiveness that can ignite emotional intimacy. Likewise, mirroring her body language subtly, leaning in when she leans, responding to her movements, creates a subconscious sense of harmony and alignment. These gestures show that you are attuned to her, and that attentiveness becomes a form of foreplay in itself. Emotional connection is not about performing grand gestures or elaborate rituals. It is about presence, attentiveness, and responsiveness. It is about making her feel that she is the focus of your attention, that her feelings are important, and that you are fully engaged in the shared experience. Another key aspect of emotional connection in foreplay is creating safety and trust. Many women carry past experiences that make them wary of being vulnerable. And foreplay can trigger those insecurities if the emotional environment is not nurturing. By being patient, respectful, and attentive, you signal that she can relax and let go. Emotional safety allows her to fully experience pleasure without fear or hesitation. Encouraging her to express her desires, preferences, or boundaries without judgment strengthens this sense of security and intensifies the overall experience. Women are naturally more attuned to the emotional state of their partners, and when they sense genuine care, their desire and responsiveness increase. Emotional connection is not a strategy to manipulate or coerce, it is a natural pathway to mutual enjoyment and fulfillment. Furthermore, emotional connection enhances anticipation, which is a vital component of effective foreplay. When a woman feels emotionally engaged, even small touches, whispers, or glances can carry immense weight. The mind begins to interpret these interactions as meaningful, increasing arousal and creating a feedback loop that intensifies pleasure. Emotional connection transforms foreplay from a mechanical sequence of actions into a dynamic, evolving experience where mental, emotional, and physical responses feed into one another. This is why even subtle gestures like a heartfelt compliment, a reassuring word, or a gentle caress can have profound effects when they are grounded in authentic emotional engagement. Finally, understanding that emotional connection is continuous rather than a one-time effort is crucial. Foreplay is not just the moments immediately before intimacy. It begins long before physical touch and can continue long after. Showing consistent care, empathy, and interest in her life reinforces the emotional bond and primes her for deeper connection. Women are perceptive to patterns over time, and consistent emotional investment ensures that foreplay feels meaningful, genuine, and deeply satisfying. When emotional connection is prioritized, foreplay never fails because it touches the core of what women truly desire, feeling seen, valued, and cherished. Physical pleasure is amplified when it is rooted in emotional intimacy, and the experience becomes unforgettable not merely because of technique, but because of the connection that underpins it. In essence, the power of emotional connection lies in its ability to harmonize the mind, heart, and body. It transforms foreplay from a set of physical gestures into an experience that resonates on multiple levels, creating profound intimacy and deep satisfaction. Understanding, cultivating, and prioritizing this connection ensures that every interaction is meaningful, enjoyable, and fulfilling. For women, emotional connection is the gateway to pleasure that never fails. B2. Understanding a woman's body language is one of the most essential yet underestimated aspects of foreplay. While words and direct communication are important, much of a woman's desire and receptiveness is communicated non-verbally. Women are naturally expressive, and their bodies often reveal signals of comfort, interest, arousal, or hesitation long before they articulate them verbally. Learning to read these cues not only ensures that foreplay is pleasurable for her, but also demonstrates attentiveness and respect, which deepens emotional intimacy. Every gesture, every subtle movement carries information about how she is experiencing the moment. The way she positions her body, the tilt of her head, the way her eyes respond, or the tension in her hands can all reveal her level of comfort and excitement. Being attentive to these signals allows you to respond appropriately, enhancing pleasure and building trust. One of the first things to observe is how she reacts to touch. A woman's responses to physical contact are rarely uniform. Some areas of the body are more sensitive than others, and different women enjoy different types of touch. When you touch her, even gently, watch for micro reactions. Does she lean into your hand, relax, or close her eyes in pleasure? These are signs of positive response. Conversely, pulling away, tensing, or showing discomfort are cues to slow down, adjust your touch, or ask for guidance. Recognizing and respecting these signals ensures that foreplay remains enjoyable and avoids any sense of coercion or pressure. Understanding body language is not about memorizing a checklist. It's about observing, interpreting, and responding in real time, creating a dialogue without words that enhances both physical and emotional connection. Facial expressions are another critical aspect of reading body language. A smile, a softening of the eyes, a subtle bite of the lip, or a flushed cheek can indicate interest and arousal, while a frown, avoidance of eye contact, or a tense jaw may signal discomfort or hesitation. Women often communicate their excitement through these subtle changes, and noticing them allows you to continue or adjust your approach. Your ability to respond to these cues conveys sensitivity and attentiveness, qualities that are incredibly attractive and heighten her desire. Even small gestures, like a lingering gaze or gentle encouragement, can reinforce positive responses and deepen intimacy when paired with accurate interpretation of her expressions. The position and movement of her body are equally telling. Leaning in towards you, curling slightly into your touch, or moving in rhythm with your actions are all indicators of engagement. On the other hand, pulling back, crossing her arms, or stiffening her posture may indicate discomfort or the need for more reassurance. These physical cues provide immediate feedback that words may not. By paying attention to how she responds physically, you can adjust the intensity, pace, or type of foreplay in real time. For instance, if she shifts closer when you whisper in her ear or brushes her hand against yours, it's a signal to continue or explore further. If she recoils or moves away slightly, it's an invitation to slow down, communicate, or shift focus. Being attuned to these cues creates a more synchronized and mutually enjoyable experience.